Hey guys, what's going on? Kevincage back with another daily cryptocurrency video. Hit that like button, subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today. So this is just a website I really like to show the volume in the corridors for XRP being lit currently, as we can see a lot from the USD, Korean won, the euro, and then every once in a while we'll see some from the Japanese yen as well. So just wanted to show that, and this is Fiatleak.com, and you can just do /XRP. So what I want to talk about really quick, of course, is HBAR. Currently, CoinMarketCap lists it at roughly 15 cents. I believe as we can go down here to the markets, you can see the exchanges. It's really not on too many exchanges. There's not too much volume, and it's actually selling at different prices every exchange. 16 cents here on Upbit, and then OKX, or however you want to pronounce it, is about 8 cents, and then Bitrue is about 10.5 cents. Now, we're going to see some arbitrage. It will take a while because there's not as much liquidity and volume on these exchanges, but eventually all these prices will, the spread is going to be different, whereas, right here, 16 cents and 8 cents, eventually it might level out to, in between that or find an average. But again, right now, the original ICO price was about 9 to 12 cents. And I know some people that got in at 6 cents, and I'm jealous of that, but then others got in at 42 cents, and they're sweating it. To be honest, not financial advice. Again, please do your own research and always take responsibility for your own decisions. But I believe this is a project to keep your eye on, and with adoption, it should at least hit, $1 sooner than later once the markets start picking up again, because Hashgraph technology is, definitely revolutionary in my opinion, and we'll see what happens. But again, guys, I'm at least holding. Anything that I invest in besides XRP is more so just kind of play money, and I'll invest the profits into XRP. So not financial advice, but something to keep an eye on. And interestingly enough, I know that they do have a total supply of 50 billion HBARs, but their actual initial circulating supply that they're releasing to the market is 3 billion. So it really does not take much for this market cap to hit $1. We just need 3 billion. And as we can take a look, if it's at 15 cents right now, you can approximate that the market cap is roughly $450 million. So in terms of 450 million, that would already put it in the top 25 in terms of market cap, and that'll get some recognition right there. And then to hit that 3 billion right here in the top 10. If it can get around Binance Coin's, market capitalization, that's 3 billion. That's $1 per HBAR. That's not far off, especially when the market picks up. Guys, we are not even, look at this, 266 billion. We are just getting started. I know we're seeing a little pump for XRP today. We'll see how sustainable it is. I've seen people, talking about all kinds of FUD saying, with backed knocking down prices, XRP could go down to 17 cents. And then I've seen other people say that it'll go to 50 cents. So it's anybody's guess. If anybody on YouTube or a blogger or, a TA expert tries to tell you they know exactly what's going to happen, they are wrong. They might see long term and be able to predict it because eventually we're all right, but you do not know what's going to happen short term, period. All right? Let's take a look at this next tweet here. So this is Joker. This is at Kia Crypto. Now, I try not to show a lot of TA unless they have, a good history, just like Crypto Wizard. That guy knows what he's doing. Tori, or Torre, however you say his name. I think it's just Tori. Very, very smart individual. So right here, this is right before the pump came too. Literally predicted this at, this morning, almost at 4 a.m. this morning. So XRP in the Bitcoin chart, bullish crossover on the weekly chart is in formation. Also, pay attention to the last pump when the red line curves upward. Technically speaking, this means XRP is a sleeping giant. If you are a Bitcoin maximalist, you should buy XRP too. It will make you more Bitcoin. And literally after this occurred, he said, boom, once the pump came in, it was just, 5%, 6% up for XRP immediately. So I do keep an eye. Now, again, I take everything with a grain of salt, but I always pay attention to some of these guys. Right here, so I was just talking about an initial circulating supply of HBAR, if it was at 30 cents, $900 million market cap. And, we have a gentleman, I'm not going to point fingers or try not to, but, just kind of talking, and he may have been joking, which is completely fine. But just saying, you've been fooled by the digital asset investor. And again, I've been looking at HBAR for well over a year at this point. I make my own decisions. Are you aware, again, right here, that the initial sell-off happens to 95% of projects, ICOs, anything that is, launched and finally sold on the market because accredited investors want to get their money back. They want to get their initial investment, and then the rest is house money if they leave any on the table. I'm not here to get rich quickly. I'm here to hold in projects I believe in. I'm not trying to gamble, but HBAR is more so play money for me. And so I do not, whatever you do, take responsibility for your decisions. So right here, if it goes down, you're going to blame the digital asset investor or any influencer. If the price goes up, you're going to thank them. People like to play victims instead of taking responsibility for their own decisions. Put on your big boy pants. And that's not directed to him, but it's just directed to anybody that blames other people for their circumstances. Pick yourself up and accept it, and just be a man. All right, right here. This guy has some great TA. I know he has a funny Twitter name, but he posts some great content, he or she. Magic Poop Cannon. So XRP claws its way out of the grave, the sleeping giant. And I just want to show this, not financial advice, but this person has a good history as well. So as we can kind of look at the trend in terms of at least cycle analysis as well, you can see where they hit. And of course, we topped at, say, $3.50, however you want to measure it. Basically, the next prediction is kind of forming kind of what Awake or Mr. Level Up's kind of predicting, is seeing some form of little gooseneck right here. So from here, he believes that we could potentially see, a shot eventually to 50 cents, 60 cents, and then consolidate again down to, 35 cents or so. And then from there, trend up to all-time highs of $3 or so. Again, retrace to around $2, if not a little less. And then eventually, boom, get back to that $10, kind of that prediction, not all-time high, but really surpass the all-time high again. So we'll see what happens. So essentially, they're saying from this 27 cents or 25 cent mark, we're going to hit around, 50 to 60 cents, retrace to about 35, go up to all-time highs again at, well over $3, retrace to maybe $2, and then again, boom, over $10. So we'll see what happens. Again, typically, these trends do happen, and as always, a lot of these, cryptocurrencies, these digital assets, do see a significant pump towards end of year, historically speaking. All right, so we will see what happens. Not financial advice, but I figured you guys would enjoy kind of seeing what people are putting out there. And this person does have a legitimate track record, so I'm not saying that this is going to happen this year. Again, look, this would actually going all the way up to $10+. This is in 2020, but for this year, kind of by end of year, I would love to see over $1. Really just get out of this bear trend, this downtrend. It's exhausting. All right, finish off with this just to talk about some utility. So the DTCC, they're processing, as we've always talked about, well over $2 quadrillion a year. Okay, we're talking, securities, equities, huge, like in terms of global finance in the market, they have more money running through them than anybody. And they're processing 100 million of transactions on a normal day, netting them down approximately 3 million per day annually, processing approximately, as I've said, 1.8 quadrillion US dollars. Currently, for payments, it takes an average of 3 days to settle for financial institutions, Wall Street, and this is resulting in all sorts of risks among credit risk, counterparty risk. You can talk about, just the actual volatility risk during these 3 to 5 days of settlement. If you've ever traded on the foreign exchange market, Forex, you realize, especially when weekends hit, how much fiat can really move. And again, as Thal Rathar here says, imagine the XRP ledger playing the future part. And as I've talked about, the XRP ledger can send any form of value. This is the ledger of, I believe, one of the initial ledgers of the future internet of value. And I can go into more depth and detail about that in the future. But let me know if you guys have any questions, whether that's HBAR, XRP, any other additional projects. Feel free to DM me on Twitter and let me know your thoughts down below on the video. Thanks, guys.